I have recently watched George Miller's Furiosa, and I wanted to talk about it with you. If you're anything like me, you've been waiting for this film for months.
So we wait.
And let me tell you, it delivers in some unexpected ways. You may not know, but Miller's journey with the Mad Max series began over 4 decades ago with the release of the original Mad Max in 1979. The success kept going with Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior in 1981 and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome in 1985, which showed that Miller was really good at telling stories about bleak futures. After 30 years away, Miller came back to the Mad Max world with Mad Max Fury Road, a movie that brought the series back to life and changed action movies. Fury Road was a big hit with critics and audiences, getting nominated for 10 Academy Awards and winning 6, like Best Editing and Best Production Design. Now he's back, and this time he's taking us on to the backstory of one of Fury Road's most compelling characters, Furiosa. First off, let's talk about the plot. Furiosa doesn't follow the high-octane, non-stop chase format of Fury Road. Instead, it spans a slow 15 years, tracing the origins of Furiosa from a young girl in the green place of many mothers to the fierce warrior we all know and love. The movie is divided into 5 distinct chapters, each one peeling back another layer of Furiosa's journey. It's more like a grand, sweeping epic than a traditional action film, and that shift might catch some fans off guard. Now, if you're expecting wall-to-wall action, you might find yourself a bit surprised. While Furiosa certainly has its share of heart-pounding moments, it's not as relentless as Fury Road. George Miller has opted to focus more on world-building this time around, fleshing out the post-apocalyptic wasteland and giving us a deeper understanding of its inhabitants. Think of it as less about the car chases and more about the story behind the wheel. Speaking of which, the action scenes we do get are classic Miller, intense, gritty, and beautifully chaotic. But there's also a noticeable increase in CGI, which might not sit well with purists who loved the raw, practical effects of Fury Road. Personally, I found it to be a mixed bag. Some scenes were stunning, while others felt a bit too slick. The cast, however, is nothing short of stellar. When I first heard that Anya Taylor-Joy would be playing Furiosa, I wasn't sure if it would be a good fit, but I think she is showing a good performance. Nevertheless, when have we watched a bad performance from Anya Taylor-Joy? Young Furiosa, played by Elila Brown, kicks things off with a compelling performance that captures both vulnerability and burgeoning strength. Anya Taylor-Joy takes over the role as Furiosa matures, and she absolutely nails it. She's not Charlize Theron, but she brings her own brand of intensity and charisma to the character. Chris Hemsworth as Dementus, the film's villain, is almost unrecognizable, and I mean that in the best way possible. His performance is both chilling and darkly humorous, adding a twisted charm to the movie. One of the film's standout elements is its mood. There's a somber, almost melancholic undercurrent running through Furiosa. It's a film about loss, survival, and the painful journey of becoming who you are meant to be. This emotional depth adds a new dimension to the Mad Max Saga, even if it means sacrificing some of the relentless pace we've come to expect. But let's address the elephant in the room, the expectations. Following the masterpiece that was Fury Road, Furiosa has some big boots to fill, and while it might not hit the same high notes, it offers a different kind of satisfaction. It's like comparing a shot of adrenaline to a slow-burning whiskey. Both are great, but in different ways. There are a few bumps in the road, though. The film's nearly 2.5-hour runtime could have been trimmed down a bit, as some sequences drag on longer than necessary. And while the deep dive into Furiosa's backstory is fascinating, it occasionally feels like the film is ticking off prequel boxes rather than forging its own path. In conclusion, Furiosa is a bold, ambitious entry into the Mad Max universe. It may not have the non-stop thrills of Fury Road, but it compensates with rich storytelling and strong character development. George Miller has once again proven that he's not afraid to take risks, and for that, he deserves our applause. So, grab your popcorn, sit back, and enjoy the ride. It's a wild one, even if it's a bit different from what we expected. And remember, sometimes the best journeys are the ones that take us by surprise. Furiosa might not be the movie we expected, but it's one we needed to see.